Hey everyone, welcome back to the Learning Lounge. I'm glad you're here. We got a letter through Mia Mail and you're just in time to help us answer it. Hey Mia, I was just telling our friends about the letter we got. Should we read it again to them? All right, you heard Mia. Let's do this. Hi Taylor, my best bud Juan just got back from a trip to his family's place in Peru. He brought me a really neat looking mask. He told me it's something special from where his family is from. I thought it was super cool, but it got me thinking, what's special about this mask and where it's from? Do all places have special things like this? Thanks a bunch, Marcus. I know, Mia. That mask looks so amazing. I have to know more about this. Let's pull up a web page to see if we can learn more about these masks. Masks are an important part of the culture of Peru. The masks are used in stories and dances. They reflect local traditions, beliefs, and history. They are a symbol of the culture of different areas of Peru. These masks are artifacts that can teach us more about the people living in Peru today and those who lived many years ago in the past. Mia, I recognize some of these words on the webpage. Last time we spoke to our friend Anthony, the anthropologist, he mentioned some of these words. Friends, pause the video here to highlight the words you recognize on the webpage. I recognize cultures, stories, dances, traditions, and beliefs. And now I'm even more curious. There are some new words here too. I see symbols and artifacts. I think we should call Anthony up again and see if he can help us understand more about this.
Anthony speaking.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey there, Taylor.
How's it going over there in the Learning Lounge?
Things are great here. We got another new Mia mail and started researching on our own. We are learning about Peruvian masks.
Oh, nice! Peruvian masks are some of my favorite kind of artifacts.
There's that word again, artifacts. That's exactly why we called you, Anthony. While we were researching, we came across two words, symbols and artifacts. Can you help us learn more about what these are and why they are important?
Absolutely.
Great! Friends, remember, as we talk to Anthony, you can pause the video at any time to complete this section of your PDF. I'll be taking notes on my learning log. Okay, Anthony, we're ready.
Let's define these new words you came across. Symbols and artifacts fall under the lens of culture. Symbols are things that represent something else. An example of this is a heart symbolizing love. Artifacts are objects made by humans that tell us about their culture and history. The Peruvian masks you're learning about are special because they are both symbols and artifacts.
Really?
Yes. In Peru, masks are used in dances and festivals to tell stories. The masks are symbols that can represent gods, animals, or nature. The materials and colors can symbolize the different regions the masks come from.
That's really cool. So Marcus's new mask is not only a symbol from Peru, but it's also an artifact? I thought artifacts were those dusty old objects you pull from the ground.
Whether an object is 50 years old or 5,000 years old, it can still be an artifact. Anthropologists study human-made objects, like the masks, to find patterns and tell stories about people today and long ago.
But couldn't human-made objects be, well, everything? Like chairs and computers and toy cars?
Well, we can learn from basically anything humans make and use in their lives. Anthropologists usually study categories of things like art, tools, and clothing. These things tell us a lot about a group of people's way of life. Just like the masks and the stories they are used in can tell us more about the people of Peru.
I can't believe how much we can learn from just one object.
It really is cool, isn't it? When anthropologists find things like masks, clay pots, jewelry, tools, and more, we start to see a story of the past come to life.
I can see how symbols and artifacts help us understand more about cultures around the world. Anthony, are symbols always objects like the mask?
No, not always. There are other types of objects used as symbols, like flags and statues. They stand for countries around the world or important people who did meaningful things. But sometimes the form a symbol takes can be as simple as an image.
That's what I was thinking. Like how you told us a heart can be a symbol for love.
That's right. Symbols like this help us represent big ideas like love, peace, and friendship with simple images. Some symbols are religious symbols, representing a whole system of ideas and beliefs in one single image.
Oh yeah! I've seen some of my friends wearing symbols, like that on jewelry. And sometimes I see them on people's cars, as in bumper stickers.
Yes, I'm sure you have. People can wear those symbols or put them on their cars as a reminder to themselves or a signal to others. That's how symbols can help us learn about and understand each other, our ideas and beliefs.
I'm thinking of lots of things I suddenly recognize as symbols, like doves sometimes represent peace, and owls represent wisdom, and... Wait a second! Anthony, is Mia a symbol?
She is a symbol. Mia represents Mia Academy.
Mia, how cool! You are a symbol! Thanks so much for your help today, Anthony.
No problem. Talk soon. Bye, everyone.
Friends, we learned so much today about symbols and artifacts. It's time to take that information and put it together with our own experiences. Pause the video here to complete the Put It Together section of your PDF. Then we'll come back to reply to Marcus. Today's call with Anthony got me thinking about the symbols and artifacts in my own life. Whenever I doodle a heart on a note or see a bumper sticker of a dove, I'm using symbols to communicate with people. And every day as I live, work, and play, I'm using things like tools, clothing, and other human-made objects. If an anthropologist were to come into my room, I wonder what they'd learn about me. Anyway, let's get to the big idea and right back to Marcus. Dear Marcus, today we learned a big idea about culture. Did you know your mask from Peru is both a symbol and an artifact? A symbol is something that represents something else. An artifact is a human-made object that tells us about how people live. The mask represents Peruvian culture and teaches us more about their way of life. Such a cool gift! I hope you research your new mask more and keep learning about symbols and artifacts. From Taylor and Friends. Friends, it was so fun learning even more about culture with you today. Have fun completing the rest of your PDF this week, and we'll see you next time at the Learning Lounge. So long!